What's going on, guys? The prices are really volatile now. As you can take a look, it is now just uh, almost 5 o'clock, 16:58, and we've got already this amount of price action. Look at this. This is normally 2 days worth of price action. It's just 5 o'clock and we're still going. So I'm gonna do this a little bit earlier today. I gotta still bounce here really bit quickly. But the volatility really, the move started yesterday. Look at this. This was a yesterday price action, S&P 500. And yeah, what a wild day yesterday. I stopped trading at 4 o'clock. At 4 o'clock. So I've missed this entire rally down. This was a good trend day. I mean, this is the kind of trend day that you want to take more than 2 or 3 trades. Somebody asked me in the comment section how many trades I take, and normally 2 or 3, but on a day like today and a day like yesterday, I will usually go for much more than that, more than this. And yeah, look at this, we're still going. It's only 5 o'clock. It's kind of hard to put in the limit orders in, so you maybe want to use stops, because I've got left behind on a lot of trades. I'm going to talk about those. But on a day like today and yesterday, day like this, you probably want to use stops, because the market is so volatile and moves so quickly that you might not even get filled. This is what happened to me today a couple times. So anywho, once again, when you first start trading, always you have to identify the current market structure. And this was a clear range day. I came in, prices were around 3 o'clock right here. So instantly up and down, prices are swinging back and forth. So I instantly draw this line, and copied it, put it on top, and it doesn't matter where you put it here or here. You will just have to adjust it, along the day. So let me draw this trend line, the line. And, so this is a range day. So when I came in, the prices were on the move up. This is the trend line I drew, and up and down, we made a big move down. So in the bottoming pattern now, triple bottom here, prices shot through the EMA and pull back. So at this point, I was thinking, it's about time to go retest this resistance. But yeah, like I said, I started trading around here. I missed this trade. This was just first entry, but when the prices pulled back right here, I put my limit order at the close, and this was the first trade for today that I took. It is a first entry, second entry. Notice how the shorter term correction, we didn't get a new low, but the prices were too strong. The EMA held, you can use the EMA as a support, and at this particular point, the EMA held really good. So I wasn't thinking, with a lot of experience, sometimes you can recognize whether you're gonna get a new low or not. At this point, when the EMA held like this, I felt pretty confident we can get a scalp out of it. I didn't expect to turn down that quickly. Prices shut down instantly, and there's no trade here. Prices pull back first entry, and second entry far away from the EMA to the top. You don't want to go long at the very high. And then again, prices, look, it already got that range feel. The prices are swinging back and forth, back and forth. Price correction, break, new low. This is just the first entry. You probably could have taken this. When I look at the right side of the chart. Oh, actually, this is the second entry. Pardon me. So yeah, I didn't really notice this when I was trading. Let me see. Oh yeah, there's a little bit tick lower. Look at this. This is the close, and go one tick lower. So technically, this is a second entry short. So yeah, this is a good trade. I really didn't even notice it because the market is so volatile. I thought the stims were equally high, but they weren't. Anyway, so this was the first entry, second entry short that you want to take. Prices shot through the EMA and pulled back to retest the EMA. EMA now acts as a resistance. But unfortunately, I missed this when I was trading live, and this is where I went short, and I didn't get the 10 ticks. I got stopped out here. This is the first entry, second entry short, and I was treating this as you have this correction trend line, you got a break and a new low, but you can clearly see that this trend line is way too small for this big move. This is clear that there is some bigger pattern, in play, not only this little correction, and this was my mistake. I just relied on the second entry, and this is a lesson that you cannot just take any second entry on the chart that you see. You have to wait for prices to get to the trend lines, to the support resistance, to the EMAs. You cannot just, throw darts on the screen and take every second entry. That's a losing strategy. You need to wait for the key entry points. So I got stopped out here, and it was quickly, this volatility, market will let you know very quickly whether you get stopped on that. And this was a trade. At this point, I figured that there might be a bigger pattern in play. And since we made a drew the short-term trend line, you got a break, new high, bounce off the trend line, bounce off the EMA, lower high, prices pull back, the bulls are trapped, somebody's probably looking at this as a good support, but you cannot put your support lines at the very middle of the range. This is a no man's land. Always remember, when you're trying to find these key levels, the most important ones are the most further away. So either here, as I got it, 1, 2, 3 bounces here, or you can put it right here. These are the most valid. You will adjust them once you go trading. This is perfectly normal. You can always move these because the professional traders are also adjusting these, and institutions, this is not static. But you cannot draw it in the middle of the range day. So this is where I went short, and I didn't get filled. And this will happen to me today a couple times. And because I would have gotten a nice runner here. This would have I would have made my money back and even then some. But the market was today so volatile that I was really rethinking my strategy. That on the days like these, you probably want to use stops because prices move so quickly today. You just I got left behind today a lot. You cannot rely on limit order on days like this. But then again, the bars are much bigger. Look at this. This is just 34.55, 34.50. This little move is already 4 points. So I know a lot of people and a lot of professional traders. They teach this, the gurus, and they tell you that you will have to scalp S&P 500 for only 1 point. I already can remember since the times of Al Brooks. They all teach you to go for only 1 point. And this is wrong, guys. Because especially when the market is volatile like this, if you make a mistake, the amount of stop loss is like 2, 3, 4 points. So you cannot go. This is a wrong money management. You cannot go for only 1 tick. For only 1 point. Excuse me. You have to go for more. What I found, my sweet spot, I found that 10 ticks is the best, 2.5 points. When the market is really slow, I normally go for 8 ticks. This is the opposite of very slow market, so I want to go for 10 ticks. I don't want to go much more than that because at that point you're kind of, fiddling around with swing trading, and this is not what I do here. I'm a day trader. I want to make money quickly. I don't like to wait around on a higher time frame. So if you're a swing trader, you want to use higher time frames like at least, I would say, like 4-hour charts if you're a swing trader, daily preferably. But so you cannot go for just one point scalp. This is ludicrous, and so many professional trade, so-called professional traders teach this. I mean, this is probably why you're not profitable, because going for only 1 point scalp in ES, in this market, S&P 500, is ridiculous, because my every losing trade is at least 2 points, at least. And on days like today, days like this, when the market is really volatile, your stop loss is going to be maybe 3 points. So you cannot have many management system when you make 3 trades winners and you can give it all back in one losing trade. This will mess you up mentally. And you will not be, trading comfortably. So you need to be trading comfortably. So this is what I like, basically 1-to-1 ratio, 12 ticks, risk, win. This is perfect for me, and I advise you cannot scalp for 1 point in these markets unless you got ridiculously high win percentage, and who has 90% win percentage, If somebody has 90% win percentage, they're so good. Basically, this is not how you teach beginners. Beginners are lucky if they have 60-65% win percentage. Anyway, so the trend line is working lower. The prices are bottoming right now here. You can see as they're coming back from the trend line on the other side. They broke through the support, but at that point I moved it down here, so they're bouncing correctly. I mean, I didn't want to buy this. You don't want to just buy randomly highs and lows, because you never know. It can easily tick higher, make little leg down, trap all the early bulls that are trying to outsmart the market, and then shut right back up. And so prices shot through EMA, and as you can see, there's a little trend line. And look at this giant overshoot. Whenever you have an overshoot of the trend line, this generally leads to even a stronger move in the opposite direction, and you might not even retest the new extreme. I've talked about this in a different video. I think I've got only 8 videos so far, so I think it was my 3rd video or 4th. So this was a giant overshoot, so I thought the prices might go even lower. And this is the first entry long. This is first bullish bar, first attempt to buy bulls to go higher, failed. Second attempt to buy bull to go higher, failed. So this was a good place to go short. Once again, prices quickly spiked. I didn't get filled again. I put my limit order here, and I kinda got a little bit hasty. I jumped the gun a little bit here, because this is where I took my short here. A little bit bigger bar, so I put my limit order way back, and luckily I got filled. But I'm only gonna mark this so you can see what trades did I take. But this is, you shouldn't have taken this trade. I kinda slapped myself on the hand, because this is a first entry long and second entry long that failed. So this is your setup. You wanna go short here, and this is just a 3rd entry, and there's nothing like 3rd entry. I mean, this is not reliable pattern or anything. So I I was still relying on this trend to be really weak. And since I missed this move, I took this as to compensate, and this wasn't ideal. It was much better for you to wait on this trade. First entry short, second entry short, right here. You can draw the trend line from these highs. We are not back to the support yet. Market is weak now. This was the better setup. I should have waited on this, but this is what I took. And then I was managing my runner, and I stopped trading today. At this point, I wasn't really. This is why I'm doing it so early, because I've already met my goal. So I'm going to delete this so it doesn't clog up the rest of it. And yeah, the market at this point, you can clearly see that the range day is not in play anymore. That the prices they shot through, they didn't even attempt to retest the support. Only a little bit correction here, but bulls are, they're exiting their positions. Bear, it's clear that the bears are coming to the market now. So at this point, I was just, basically I was playing this as the downtrend that we had yesterday. Uh, so I'm gonna just mark a couple trades for you. This is the first entry short that failed. Second entry, and this is where you want to go short. It's off the trend line. Market is so weak still. You don't want to take this, even though this is the first entry. Second entry short. It's a horrible signal bar. This is your signal bar, which is bullish. And when this bar already formed, you cannot go short here, down at the very move. This is, your stop is going to be 7 points at the double bottom. Terrible idea. And the market really just fell off. This would have been a great trade because the EMA, you can see as EMA is holding nicely. This first entry long, second entry long that failed. But then again, horrible signal bar. Once again, this is too big. 6 points. You cannot go short here. See, you wouldn't even got. Even if you tried snacking with limit order, you wouldn't get filled. So once again, if your chart had better signal bar here, or this bar was a little better, you want to go short because this is a first entry long, second entry long. Somebody is, retail traders, they are trying to buy this market that is, heading down. And you want to be smart trader. You want to wait to the key entry point. This is a trend line. This is the EMA that acts as a key entry point. This was a good setup. And, look at this, how much market has moved already since I started this lesson. Anyway, I gotta run today. So just remember that scalping for 1 point is ridiculous. You don't want to scalp for 1 point. I don't know why this is such a popular idea amongst beginner traders, because beginner traders didn't have enough experience to know that going for 1 point only is not a good money management system, because you will make 2-3 winning trades and give them back on one loser. So basically you've been sitting here for 3 hours, you got nice $150 if you're trading one contract in ES and going for 1 point, you got nice $150, and then you lose 125 on your loser. This is ludicrous. This is not, when you're trading you need to be comfortable, and you need to be very in the zone, and you're not going to be in a zone when you have this fear in your mind that at any point you can give your ladder trades back on just one single loser. This is a bad idea. I'm not saying that there aren't people that can do this, but especially on a volatile market like this, you want to go much more than 1 point. Anyway, I really gotta go. So sorry that it's a little bit shorter today, but still there's so much price action, and even if I didn't have to go, I still wouldn't trade this, because I only like to trade right from the open, like 1-2 hours from the open, because then there's so much price action that I really cannot tell what can happen. Anything can happen at this point. There's so many patterns you can draw, so many trend lines, and it's not that clear. I would have to go to higher time frame. So looking back, this was a good trade too. Of course, this is after the fact, but you got a correction, you got a break, new high, price shot through EMA, reversal pattern, first entry, second entry. But then again, this is after the fact, and anyone can mark trades after the fact like this. So I don't want to do this. I only mark trades. What I'm seeing in real time printing on the chart, and I'm gonna make a live trade soon, because so you guys can get a little bit of glimpse of how I do this real time. Peace out.